In-N-Out Burger on Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood.
Breakfast at the Magic Castle Hotel.
Good morning again, campers. Join us this morning for our complimentary continental breakfast here at the Magic Castle Hotel in Hollywood. Just such a happy place. Every morning they have a selection of these delicious pastries, including croissants and a variety of muffins. A selection of cereals, including porridge, toast and scones, and the usual variety of condiments, including peanut butter, jam, and wait for it, Vegemite. Yes, you heard right, Vegemite. Fruit juices, I love the cranberry, fresh milk, and a good selection of high quality yogurts. A decent and tasty spread, more than enough to start off your day. Oh yeah, let's not forget the fresh fruits, and most importantly of all, the tea and coffee facilities. Filtered long black for me, thank you, or as they call it in Europe, an Americano. There's always plenty of poolside seating, or you can grab a tray and take it back to your room, or balcony. Add in the complimentary newspaper and you have a nutritious and pleasant way to start the day. With the in-house magician Alfonso performing 3 times a week, simply sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Just walking down Franklin Avenue, heading down for a tour of the Hollywood sites with Star Trek tours, just on Sycamore Avenue. Heading towards Hollywood Boulevard. From our accommodation at the Magic Castle Hotel, Yamashiro sticking out above, the famous Japanese restaurant. And back onto Sycamore. We're on the Hollywood Sycamore Tower. I just noted yesterday, just walking up Sycamore Avenue, the number of apartments for rent, whether they be studio apartments or bachelors and singles with free utilities. To 1-bedroom Mediterranean apartments. Some of these places have quite nice looking facilities. If you're on the rental market, I had a look online last night, around $2,100 a month, so it's $2,100 US per month for a 1-bedroom. Studios would be a little bit less, I'm guessing. And the 2 bedrooms are obviously a bit more. And as you can see, quite a close walk to Hollywood Boulevard. This time we've taken Sycamore and Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll probably have a beer at some point later on. Walking down Sycamore Avenue in Hollywood, or Los Angeles, thank you. Okay, we're now on the Hollywood Boulevard with its famous stars and what's known as the Hollywood Walk of Fame. As the timing of our walk from the Magic Castle Hotel via Sycamore shows, it's genuinely a leisurely 4-minute walk. Today, with nothing planned before breakfast, we booked a last-minute Groupon deal for a tour of the famous homes of the stars here in Hollywood and Beverly Hills with a company called Star Trek Tours. With a little time to kill before our planned bus tour, join us for a little walk along the Hollywood Boulevard to take in all of the sights and sounds in this popular tourist area. The Hollywood Walk of Fame has over 2,800 stars, along 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard in this district of Los Angeles called Hollywood. The stars were first established over 65 years ago in 1960 and are dedicated to famous people including actors, filmmakers, musicians and more. Oh yeah, as you can guess, they ain't free and they ain't cheap. Each new star today costs $85,000 plus a non-refundable $275 application fee. Applications take up to 2 years to process and they get between 200 to 300 applications a year, cleaning up on the application fees alone. This area is also very popular with all sorts of vendors selling their wares at these temporary stalls and some sketchy characters dressed as famous people with who you can have a photo, for a price of course. Unless you want to waste a shitload of time, politely say no and keep moving, making sure to keep your belongings secure. We also have the famous Grumman's Chinese Theatre, built way back in 1926 and today called the TCL Chinese Theatre. The home of many popular big movie red carpet premieres, the front courtyard of this place has hand and footprints of famous movie and music people. It's always something interesting to have a look around and compare hand and shoe sizes with the stars.
Just in front of the Chinese Theatre here in Hollywood Boulevard.
The very beautiful El Capitan Theatre.
We've actually been to see Toy Story 3 here on our last visit. The place is absolutely amazing.
It's crossing Highland.
As we make our way to our designated pickup area, we still have a little time on our hands, so we'll drop into a local Irish bar for a couple of happy hour beers. Hey, why not? Neither of us are driving today.
There's our pickup spot for our tour. Correction, just in front of Souvenir Sports. Star Trek Tours is our bus for today.
And over here on the left, you've got a church, the United Methodist Church of Hollywood. Here's a clip from their first show of the season just earlier this week. The car all the time. Here's our first one on the right is The Rock. And this is me currently risking a $300 ticket for your photo. Hope you get a good one. Lethal Weapon 2. It's the home of Drew Carey from The Price is Right. Drew Carey also lives up here on the left. Closer, this big brown bunker looking structure there, that's Zac Efron used to live there. Pool in front of the house. Right down those Sylvester Stallone in that big gray one, the biggest one down in the middle. Frank Sinatra used to live in a gold one coming up on the left over here. Oh, Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra towards the beginning of his career, right over there on the left. This was called Pickfair. It was the home of early Hollywood legends Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks originally. Later, Madonna lived here. Later than that, soccer star David Beckham and his wife Posh Spice lived here. In this house here, the biggest television star of them all, I Love Lucy star Lucille Ball lived here. She was a pioneer for women in the entertainment field. First woman to have her own production company, Desilu Productions. With her partner Desi Arnaz, they produced a Star Trek TV show. Stones are still touring at 84 years old. Amazing. It's 84 in rock star years too. That's not easy living. That's like 10,000 of our human years. It's like a White Walker.
Make a change for once in my life.
Right up there.
It was
Yes, sir. I need an ambulance as soon as possible.
There's the front
sir.
gate. The home of the Diddler. Here's the front door. Now, somebody following the case much closer than I am says there's some conspiracy theory about tunnels. Have you heard this? Apparently there's a network of tunnels underneath where we are right now that connect back to where Michael Jackson died and to some other celebrity home. There, and they call it the Witch's House of Beverly Hills. This is what it looked like in the silent film era. It's also featured in the movie Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. I don't know, I think it's the engine. I'm not sure. Hurry up. I work for the people. I'm afraid of no fake Beverly Hills movie cops. Check out the yellow Ferrari on the right. It's the owner of the store Bijan. That's why it matches the color of the building. You guys see that robot, right? Listen. It's not in my head, right? No, right here. There's two silver legs on a robot. Right there. Well, who needs Wolfgang Puck or a fancy steakhouse when you got the Cheesecake Factory? Coming up, it's the first ever Cheesecake Factory in the world. It was down here on Beverly Drive. Now they're all over the place. Look how close this house is to the street. You can see through it there. How cool it would be if we saw him smoking a cigar in the background there. On the album. They bought the Pink Palace. It's where John F. Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe used to go to the bungalows to discuss politics. The Beverly Hills Hotel. See who we got. We're looking for Larry David. Larry. Out to the left, you got Bell's Drive. It's a 24-hour diner where the 1950s rock and roll was. And here's that famous comedy club I referenced, the Comedy Store. You can't name an American comedian that's been on the stage there. Anyone from Kevin Hart and Chris Rock are back in the day. Jim Carrey, Jerry Seinfeld, Eddie Murphy, you name it, they've all been in there. Is the chateau. Here's a bit about
this is the place to be.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney were here a couple months ago for a movie called Ropes, premiering at the Chinese. The Dolby Theater's where they do the Oscars. When you're in that building, please watch what you say about Will Smith's wife. You could get slapped on television. Got a bunch of great street musicians down here sometimes, and a few sketchy superheroes you could take your picture with. Watch your wallet around the Spider-Man. He tried to get me for 50 bucks. Can't trust a Spider-Man wearing a fanny pack, as it turns out.
And just like that, our tour is over. A shout out and big thanks to our funny but insightful and informative driver who actually made the tour as good as it was today. If you're in the neighbourhood, Star Trek Tours on Hollywood Boulevard. Look them up. Well worth the admission price. Okay, now for some lunch. I am starving.
In-N-Out Burger on Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood.
With our food ordered, using our In-N-Out lingo, today we've gone for a double-double, a 3x3 and some animal-style fries. Just to keep up the cholesterol count, of course. Let's grab some ice, and today we'll go for the signature pink lemonade. Delicious, and free refills too. How can you go wrong? Can't forget the straw. In-N-Out have a relatively small menu, but experience tells me that the meat to bun ratio in the 3x3, as Goldilocks said, is just right. You can get a 4x4, but it just feels wrong. As always, this place is packed, but luckily today we've managed to wrangle a booth. Welcome to In-N-Out Burgers in Hollywood, folks. Oh yeah, the condiments. You can't forget those. They've got these amazing little hot jalapeno peppers. Trust me, they are a must. You just gotta give them a go. The fat little yellow ones, nicely pickled and a good bite for those who love their spice. Now, where the hell is my food? In-N-Out Burger in Hollywood done. Very messy meal. Geez, it's busy in there. On our way back to our hotel.
The driverless cars are trolling here in Los Angeles. Okay.
I was going to hit you.
I thought she was too.
Just on our way back from In-N-Out Burger. Looks like even the homeless are turning their nose up at Foster's here in the good old US of A. It's late afternoon and exhausted, we're back on the Hollywood Boulevard again. With a head full of memories and a gut full of food, we trudge wearily back to our home at the Magic Castle Hotel. As you can see, the boulevard is starting to change, a little more tired and grungier as the plethora of homeless seem to re-emerge from seemingly nowhere. In all honesty, this area, although relatively safe, makes you remain vigilant and cautious of your surroundings. But hey, that's the USA and this is LA. With the Magic Castle straight ahead, how quickly it all changes as we make our way up Orange Avenue. Making sure we're safe, we're crossing Franklin Avenue of Delights and already feel so much better with our destination now in sight. At this point, I'd like to take the opportunity again to really encourage you to subscribe, like and share our content to keep our new channel going. I can assure you that we at Just Love Travel and Dining really appreciate all of your support. Okay, back to the vlog. And tonight we're going to spend a night in and enjoy a screening of the Pixar classic Cars from the comfort of our balcony and the catering of the Magic Castle Hotel. Cheers. Enjoy the show.